second page. And, this got a lot of strange looking things in it. However, first of all, on the left, you definitely see there's a cosine x in both of these terms. So we should be able to factor that out. And another thing I'm noticing is there's these raising to 1/2 powers. We know what that means, right? Raising to the 1/2 is a square root. And I see that already on the right-hand side. The thing you've got to think about here is that we've got a sine to the 1/2 in this term and a sine to the 5/2 in this term, right? The greater power of the two is the 5/2. So we should be able to factor out the lesser power. If this was sine and this was sine to the 3rd, I would factor out one sine from both terms. Well, it's not. It's sine to the 1/2. So we're going to factor out sine to the 1/2 as the lower exponent. And pen is catching up again, which is bad. Let me erase that because it is definitely making a mess. So we factor out the sine to the 1/2 x. We factor out the cosine x. And when I take all that away from this first term, I've got 1. Now, when I factored out the cosine x, obviously that's not there anymore. But when I factor out sine to the 1/2 x from sine to the 5/2 x, that's like saying sine to the 5/2 x divided by the sine to the 1/2 x. And properties of exponents wise, subtract 5/2 minus 1/2 is 4/2, which is sine squared x. So that's 1 minus sine squared x. And then 1 minus sine squared is cosine squared. So now we've got sine to the 1/2 x, cosine x, cosine squared x, which is sine to the 1/2, cosine to the 3rd, and sine to the 1/2 can be rewritten as the square root. I'll change positions to make it look exactly the same.